Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to talk to you about the trifold brochure. So there's a couple of different samples. You've got samples like this in front of the room or just outside my door. And then on your handout today, you've got a drawing of this one. So we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. So I want to show you a little bit about picking things online to use. You cannot go online and grab a bunch of information and just paste it into your brochure and claim it as your own. So I'm going to show you a few little shortcuts to help you get that information, how to find the URLs so that you can cite the information. So the first thing I'm going to do is a search. So your brochure is about a place. Let's say I want to go to Italy. So Italy. If I look up an article on Italy, let me see, Wikipedia, whatever. Wikipedia sometimes is not. Here's one, Italian tourism official website, okay? What you don't want to do is go to there and just copy everything they say. So here's one on Italian villages. So if I want to know more on that, I click on it. I think I click on it. Okay, let's try something different. Let me back up. Discover Italy, we'll say Piedmont. I know nothing about Italy. Okay, here you go. You've got a couple of different options. First of all, if I want a picture, I'm going to click on the picture. It's going to give me a URL up here at the top, okay? Let's say I want this information, but I know I can't just copy and paste it. What I can do is highlight what I want. Watch this. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to say Control P to print. And then right here where it says More Settings, you should have one that says Selection Only. So it's only going to print what you highlighted. That way you're not printing 57 pages on Italy. You're just printing what you need, and then you have to paraphrase that information before you put it in. Now, I would use the words like the Monte Rosa or things like that that would not be something that I would be able to paraphrase, and then use other words to describe what these things are. So let me cancel this. The other thing you're going to need from this page is the URL. So you're going to copy this, Control C, and when you get into your brochure, let's open up Desktop Publisher. Publisher, okay. Again, I'm going to use the built-in templates. We'll talk more about these others when I get back and we have time to work on that stuff. But we're going to go back to built-in. We're going to go to brochures. I want you to use a trifold. So they're informational. I would use an informational because informational is, we're trying to entice someone to visit this place that we're talking about, okay? So let's say, let me see, install templates. If you just stay up at the top here, these are the trifolds that are probably good. Anything that says informational, you can try one of those. You don't want to go beyond. That looks kind of neat. Let me try that. Let me see what this one does. So I'm double clicking on it to open it. And then remember, let me move me out of the way here. Over here, if you need to put any pre-information like the name of your place, or when I say create new, remember I can come here and say create new and add my name because your name has to be on the brochure. Instead of maybe a position title, maybe the name of the place that you're talking about. So we'll say Italy. And you can always change all this later. Where it says business name, let's say visit Italy. Am I spelling it right? It's early in the morning here, and the pain meds are about to wear off. Okay, visit Italy. You can just kind of put in a fake address, put in a fake phone, whatever. You do need to change the template stuff or delete the template stuff. You don't want any template information in there that's not yours. Your motto or your tagline, go Italy. You know, make up your own. Don't just use mine. If I want to add a logo, I could certainly add it here, and you would just pull something from your files or go online and do something that way, okay? I'm going to cancel that. You don't need to see all those pictures. Okie dokie. Then I say create. This is a 3-panel. Now, the thing about brochures is it's 2 pages. So this is, if you look at the diagram on your worksheet, this is the front, this is the back, this is the inside flap, and see how it's already pre-filled a few things? It's got Visit Italy up here, and they repeated it back here. I put Go Italy as my motto, so that pre-filled. So you've got pictures and things here you're going to fill. What I'm going to suggest, I'm going to say Insert, and I want a text box, draw text box. And then you click and drag. Now, you guys have control over the words and the fonts. And CES, all right, whatever. Draw text box. Keep it in the lines. References. And what you can do is like click here. What font did they use? They used this one at 15. Well, I can come over here, and for this, it started with a P. I think it was this one. If not, we'll go back and change it, size 15. And you can type in 15 if they don't have it on the scale. Doesn't quite look the same. Let's look again. Petunia. Okay, so let's go back here again. PE. You'll have to forgive me, guys. I'm like a week out from surgery, so here we go. It's right there. And then I'm going to send, no, the other ones are not centered, so I'm not. My paragraph formatting needs to be the same as it is here. So here, it's this one, size 9. I would recommend like a 12. So if you want to change that to a 12, or if you want to use something you know like Arial or something like that, that'll be easier to find. So let's say Arial size 12. Then when I come over here, I'm going to change this to Arial size 12. So what I'm doing here is my headings are the same and my words are the same. Here, once I've done that, I'm going to say Control V. Remember, I copied that URL, so Control V is going to paste it. That is going to be my resource for Italy, okay? And then the next resource I have, I can do it later. Now, what you can do to save space is I can right-click on this and tell it to single space. I tell you what, a shortcut for single space is Control 1. And that doesn't seem to be working here. So let's see if there's another one we can do. Sometimes when we're in these other programs, we have to do things. We can go to the paragraph box, and we can change our spacing here. So if you don't want it to have spacing, you can change the lines here and make that a single space. All right, so let me just move on a little bit further because I know I've only got a few minutes that I can do this. Pictures, delete theirs, put your own. If you don't like the colors, go to the page design. And let me move me again. And then you can pick on these and you can choose one that you like. And it'll give you a sample. Oh, those are kind of cool for Italy. I like that. All right, so each of these are text boxes that have information already in it. So you want to delete that. You want to make sure the information in each box is what you have here. So I'm going to go back in and say Arial size 12. That's what I want there. Page 2. Let me reiterate this. This is your front page. This is your back page. This is your inside flap. So if I'm looking at a brochure, this is the front. It'll be easier to show you on this. This is the front. This is the back. And when I open it, this is the inside flap. Your inside flap is what you want to use to catch their attention, okay? Then when I open it up, this is page 2. So when I click over here for page 2, all this information is here. And you see they've got words, but you need to change it. If you've decided you want Arial size 12, then all of this needs to be changed to Arial size 12. If you decided you want a different, and Arial size 12 is actually so you don't have as much. Now see how a lot of these words disappeared? I have to actually pull down this box to see where all those words went. And if I need them somewhere over here, then I have to copy what's extra and paste it over there. Because anything that's fallen down here is not going to print. Anything off the page is not going to print. So just remember that if you've got words getting cut off in the middle of your sentence, extend your box so you can find it. Here, let me get off of this. Here we have a picture with a caption. So you can put your own picture and your own caption describing this is the Eiffel Tower or this is the grapevines, okay? Where it says second heading, secondary heading, you change those to what you want them to say after you choose your font. So again, change, delete this. You're going to put your own information. But what I would do before is just set it to Arial size 12 so that all of your paragraphs are the same font, all your titles are the same font, okay? Now, I have created an uplink for this. If you're not going to use the addresses, then just delete the boxes. I don't want any template information. So by doing that, now I can grab this and I can pull it down. And I can grab this and pull it down. And it gives me more room. All right, undo. It gives me more room to do some of the things I want to do. So that went behind something. We're going to have to bring that forward. Let me see. Save as building. Let me undo. I see what it is. There's a box here. There it is. So when I deleted that box that wasn't being used, then I got my picture again. So you have to play with the different controls. Remember things like this. If I'm reading your article and all these words are missing, it's because you didn't extend your box. Grab this stuff, and if you don't want it all, you just, come on now, behave. Anyway, you just grab what you want. Let's start at the beginning of it. That's, for some reason, it's being a patootie. Highlight what you want to copy it, cut it, paste it in the new column. And then you can also extend these columns to the bottom. Don't go beyond the lines because then it's not going to show up, all right? So here it's moving things, delete things that you don't want. Don't leave the words main inside heading. Give me a new heading. Give me different pictures. I'm not looking about pictures of computers and paper. I'm looking for things that have to do with Italy. And see how nice and small the pictures are, and they're kind of the same. They're consistent. They're balanced throughout. Proximity and unity. I've got a picture, and I've got words describing the picture. I've got paragraphs talking about what this picture is. So that's where it all comes together, your 6 design principles. When you're done, you're going to save this and upload it to Canvas. This is a formal grade. So I think the most important thing you need is right here. I need your name. And even though we put in a name, I don't see it. So your name should be on the front or back panel. So I'm going to say insert, text box, and maybe right down here at the bottom, just put your name. Because I need to know who this is from, even though Canvas tells me if I decide to print some of these in color to display them, I need to know whose name is on here, okay? So either on the front panel or the back panel. I would just kind of come down and put my next reference. So cite your stuff. You can change on the references. You can make your font smaller. You can make it single space, whatever you need to do to get them to fit in. But you do need to cite your sources. Please do not copy and paste from the website. Have a great day. Take your time and do this right. Thanks. Bye.